Roll.
Cheers, Mama.
Cheers, baby.
Happy podcast day number 2.
We're back on the horse.
We took 5 months off. We're back on the horse. You know, you like to ride that horse. You can look at that camera now if you want to. Come on.
Yeah.
It's the Jack
And Cathy
Show.
Shit Show.
And there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like that one?
I think it. Yeah.
Okay. Is this? Do I need to move that in closer?
If you feel more comfortable, you can, but it'll pick it up. I've got mics working. Everything's going.
Okay. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Happy Memorial
Day.
Weekend.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
too.
Memorial Day, 2026.
Yeah.
We had a lovely time last night.
Yeah.
Judge Wapner. Where's
Yeah.
that from? Oh, Rayman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta watch Wapner.
Yeah. Had a lovely time last night. Belated birthday Belated birthday evening.
Yeah.
Dinner party.
Yeah.
That my bestie Jenny hosted for my March birthday, and I've decided that having my birthday celebration 2 months after my actual birthday is even more perfect because the weather doesn't suck ass.
It doesn't suck ass.
Yeah, March sucks.
Was your language always this way, or is
I'm
this something?
bitter and resentful of my March birthday.
If only your parents would have sex a little bit later.
Right? How dare they? Yeah. Kids should not have March birthdays. They're just, February and March are both really just unredeemable months.
Okay.
January, February, March in the Midwest.
Your grandson was born in January.
Yeah, so was my daughter. Shoot.
So yeah.
I know. They'll never have a pool party for their birthday.
Unless.
Never. Maybe ice skating.
Vacation. Unless you go on vacation somewhere.
Yeah, take your kids' friends on vacation. I think not.
That kind of
water
party.
parks.
Water parks, yeah. Those are.
Should I start having a water park birthday celebration for me? Can you imagine a bunch of grown adults
going to a water park for a birthday? I can at this stage of life. I can see you organizing that. Let's do that. That's not a bad idea.
Cocktails at the water park.
But can the water park be in the Bahamas? That's my point. At this age, we don't need a water park in the Dells.
Well, I guess that's why a lot of adults go on cruises for birthdays, but that's not our jam.
I thought people go on cruises to get Ebola and norovirus and bird flu.
Well, yeah, that is a goal.
Okay.
It's one of the perks, one of the benefits of it, yeah.
Why don't we just plan a trip for our collective birthdays? Because I was born in December. You don't seem to have a problem with December. There's no pool parties in December.
Yeah, but it's not always as miserable. I think the thing about March specifically is that you're feeling like spring is around the corner, but it's really not there yet, and it could still be snowing, or it's just miserable. There's just, it's ugly. And March still feels pretty far away. I don't know. There's just nothing ever pretty about March.
Yeah, December has that glow of, because I'm born before Christmas, so it has kind of that snowflake.
It's festive too. I mean, December, there's all the Christmas lights
Christmas
up,
stuff,
and it's, for one of your birthdays when we were in the city, we went to, a Christmas theme bar and stuff. Yeah. There's energy in the.
You're right.
And it doesn't always have snow, but there's an energy about December, And
March blows.
March blows.
However, Aries and Sagittarius, and you're an Aries because you're in March.
Yeah.
Are a good couple, so it works out for us.
It does.
Yeah, it works out.
So getting back to my point is I like the new tradition of celebrating Cathy's birthday at the two months later. Yeah. Yes.
We had
it was a lovely dinner party.
I described, my daughter asked how the party was. I described it as adults having way too much kid fun.
Oh, Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
guess
know it's
so.
not the best description, but
Inappropriate conversations and
total inappropriate
yeah,
conversations.
yeah. It was there were some good laughs.
Speaking of which, here's
Yeah.
the thing. I want everyone to listen to this, and I'm patenting this right now, trademarking this right now. Wizard Sleeves podcast. No one can take it from me. Done, pocketed, in the
I think
bank.
you have to file some
I already
paperwork for
filed the
that.
paperwork. I already
Okay.
filed the paperwork. So here's
Okay.
the thing. The inappropriate conversation came about, and I think this is fair game for the podcast. And I know you have a topic you want to talk about because we always try to talk about a deep topic between the two of us and our relationship challenges and things we're trying to fix and work on.
Yeah.
However, we are about to set sail to go across the pond, if you will.
We are. We're going to London again.
We're going to London again. We went there a little more than a year ago to consummate our love.
Oh, babe.
Yes, you lost your second virginity to me.
I did.
As if there's a...
I did.
You did. And so we're going back to where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to London, but not for our anniversary.
No, this was all prompted by, we didn't talk about the Wizard Sleeves.
We have not talked about it
before,
at all.
have we?
And so this was the whole conversation we had last night. In addition to discussions about, and so let's just segue for a second. We'll go to the simple stuff. John and I talked about, well, more appropriately, our wives, you and Jenny, complained about the fact that we have our hands in our pants all the time. And we're adjusting ourselves.
Yeah, did Jenny bring that? Jenny brought that up,
Jenny
didn't
brought
she?
that up.
Yeah.
She asked, do you move it? You have to touch it all the time? And I went, what guy doesn't?
I have said that to you before. While you're talking to me, you stick your hand down your pants and adjust yourself. And I'm looking at you going, is it normal male behavior?
So you weren't,
Just
your
like,
ex-husband.
What if I would stick my hand down my pants?
I told you if you do that, that makes me think that you're in the mood. And so that changes things. Didn't your ex-husband do that or no?
Loser. I don't recall.
No other guy you dated prior to me
Well,
because you had a long and distinguished history.
I certainly spend quite a bit more time with you, my love, than I have with any other human on the planet. And I have bore 2 children. I have spent more time with you than any other human on the planet. So perhaps just by sheer, stats alone.
You were
There's
married
a lot
for
more data.
20 plus years.
I know, but I don't think I talked to him as much as I've talked to you in
Yeah, but
5 years.
Didn't you notice him touching his junkster?
I don't think so.
Playing around with the fancy? You would have noticed that for sure. Why am I getting so elevated?
I don't know. You are
But
defending it.
John and I talked about it last night. How John took it to a place where it was a little bit bigger than what I expected. Not a pun intended, but I even said at one point that's a little aggressive for me. He does it at work. He'll be sitting there at work and he'll reach in and move. I don't do that. I don't do it when I'm in the presence.
Jenny's like, and then he'll shake your hand.
Well,
how can that be right?
It's not really right, but it's funny.
It is funny.
As F.
Yeah, it's really, I'm sure it's just instincts for you as a man. But you know how I'll say to you, outside Jack. Outside Jack.
But did you at least recognize that I'm not the only one that does this? And
I didn't think you were,
okay.
But it's still a phenomenon. And my brother is somebody that doesn't ever do that. He looked at you guys with crooked eyes like, what do you do when you're out in front of people?
Well, that's not really in front of people. We were focused more on sitting at home. You have to admit that. We were talking about when we're watching TV and sitting at home. Come on. You have to at least... John was the only one that was in the office fixing the boys. And what did Jenny's gay friend say about men? Straight men? They're savages.
Meg said that
Meg.
her partners at her studio, they're a gay couple, and Meg was asking them about this, behavior, and her gay couple, those friends said, oh yeah, the straight men are savages. They called them savages. Straight men are savages. So,
For some things, we're
Yeah.
maybe a little unrefined.
there are moments where your knuckles are still dragging on the ground. Yes. But you're not ashamed of it. You're like, yep, this is it.
I'm adorable.
Yeah. Adorable.
You laugh at it. You find it funny.
Yes.
But that's not all that we talked about. By the way, we are taking a listener and viewer poll. So just acknowledge.
So all two of you.
All two of you listeners, how many? My dad used to sit like that. So if my mom listens, she'll chime in and say, oh, your father sat like that all the time.
Yeah.
Jenny said to me, do you watch TV like this? And she put both of her hands in her pants. And I just kind of stared and then looked at you as if to say, can I say yes? And she was appalled. But that was the mild part of the conversation. And it was actually the tail part of the conversation, because the head part of the conversation, the beginning of all this, was everyone asking about...
All puns intended?
All puns intended. Was us talking about London.
Yes.
And why we're going to London.
Yeah, we leave on Saturday, which is 6 days from today.
Because you have befriended. Tell the whole story, if you will.
The whole wonderful story is
and then before you begin,
yes,
we'll have a poll. So we have one poll for everybody. Do most women, or at least men, acknowledge that they put their hands in their pants to watch TV or do anything?
That's one poll?
That's one.
Okay.
And the second one is, do older women encounter what we're about to talk about? Go.
So I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you want me to
it freaked out Meg. She was now worried about herself. That's what I mean.
Yeah. On that topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Rock and roll.
So the story you want me to tell is about this group of ladies that I'm about to embark on a trip with, and you are coming with me, traveling over there, and then we divide and conquer, and I go with the ladies, and you're going to have your own fun in London, and then we're going to reconnect, you and I. Yep. We're going to say goodbye to all the ladies, and then you and I are going to Ireland. But prefacing how this trip came about is that last fall, my friend Andre in Chicago, who I have known for a long time, she and her husband were in they are since retired, but they were in the photography and production and fashion and advertising world. They were a husband and wife team. They had a photo studio and produced a lot of big stuff. And I was lucky enough to work for them as a model many times over, and we always had a hoot. And so we're out of the business now, but Andre is a wonderful friend who I don't see enough of, her and John. But they had me over last fall, and I don't know where you were, or if it was just a ladies' night.
No, it was just a ladies' night.
It was just a ladies' night.
So you were in Chicago.
Yeah.
We didn't have... I don't think we had the studio yet, so it was longer than that, I want to say.
No, I want to say it was just last fall, wasn't it?
I don't remember. Well, I wasn't with you. You were definitely spending the night. Maybe I was in Chicago. Yeah, you were spending the night.
Yeah, I spent the night because we have cocktails, and then, it just pays to crash there. But they're just in the Chicago burbs. And so anyway, Andre sends me a text, Riley, get over here. Shelly's in town, and we're going to gather at my house. And Shelly is another model who we used to work together in Chicago, and she lives in Nebraska, so she's back home in her hometown, has another career. But anyway, Shelly was in town at Andre's, and then another friend of Andre's, Pam, who was a producer executive at Amway forever that I worked with occasionally, and then another Pam that's a talented art director that I worked with, and she is one of Andre's besties. And then Tara was there, who is also a former model. And Tara lives in England for the most part now, but she's a Chicago native. So anyway, it was this eclectic group of women, 6 of us, and we all know each other, but we had never, all 6 of us, hung out together, and the common thread being Andre and the history of this industry that we used to work in together. And so we just had a blast. We had not enough food and way too many cocktails, and we all crashed and woke up the next day and just had a blast in the morning over coffee, and started a text thread after this, wonderful evening, just continuing the chatter. And within this chatter of the text thread over time, someone said, well, when the fuck are we all going to visit Tara in England? And somebody said, well, I can go, the first week in June. How about you guys? So fast forward to now when we're all going to visit Tara. We all depart May 31st from the States. We land in London at different times. We are connecting and staying in Tara's flat in London for the first night, and then we're hopping on a train going to the, the 11-room manor or whatever this is that Tara has north of England. And so we're just all giddy looking forward to this, and we can't believe that we're going on this trip. But somewhere along the way, this text thread was named Wizard Sleeves. And I was like, Wizard Sleeves? What is that? What's the meaning there?
When you asked me, I knew what it was, right?
Did you?
Yeah, the moment you asked me,
it seems everybody knew it. No, there were some friends I've told
there were friends
that are like,
didn't.
I don't know what that means.
I had an oh boy moment because I went, oh, Jesus Christ.
So, of course.
Because you are not someone to know Urban Dictionary very well.
No.
Or at all.
Well, you're right.
Yes.
There are some
Though you're not nearly as innocent as you play off to be, which I learned last night at dinner. This is why this came up, because I said Cathy was quite naive, and John goes, you don't know the life that she led before you, and then he laughed, which still leaves a little shroud of mystery between the two of us, but we'll get to that after this podcast.
I don't know what he's talking about.
All right, let's go.
But anyway, I looked up Wizard Sleeves, and the Urban Dictionary definition comes up, and I was like, oh my goodness. How appropriate.
So great.
So, yes, and I'll leave it to all of the listeners to take out their devices and look that one up for themselves.
Why don't you talk about it?
It was
Why can't you
really
describe
funny.
It? People are potentially driving. Thousands of people could get in car
Yeah,
accidents.
you can imagine. Look it up later.
Just describe
Think of it as a cliffhanger.
Just,
I don't want to say it.
Just say it. You can talk about it. Why? Because it's on the podcast. It's nothing you've done.
It references the female.
The word is
the lady bits down under. The lady bits down under, and it's kind of apropos too, because it's really aging lady bits.
That's
down
what it
under.
really is. It's aging lady bits, which is why you call yourselves now the Wizard Sleeves, which is why full circle I have patented, trademarked, and I own the name Wizard Sleeves Podcasting. Anything that has to do with it. You guys are more than welcome.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was already taken?
It's not, and I looked it up. I feel strongly that you guys, if I literally had permission, this entire setup that you see right here fits in one suitcase. All of this. This entire studio minus the backdrop. But all of these things that you see here collapse into small little boxes. You know that, right? Like this. You've seen us travel with this. If at the last second your friend said, have Jack set it up, I would drive 2 hours every day to where you're going to be, record it for an hour, and go back to my frivolity in London. I'm not shitting you. If you gave me permission. Because here's the thing that's funny for me. I wish, so we use our iPhones as our secondary cameras, which we'll change later, but right now that's what we use. I wish you had your phone in front of you so you could actually read these text exchanges, because they are the fastest, most crass.
They are such clever.
The banter is unreal between the two of you. Seven of you.
I honor all these women, God, the women in my life, not just this group. This is a new group, and it's so much fun getting to know these women. And after this trip, we're going to be like, oh my God, I finally know your last name. It is so hilarious, the stuff going through. And
the irony of which is, unless you're just a great actress, which you could be, you are coming off as the most naive, innocent, gullible one of the entire group, because I read the exchanges and I see your response is, oh my God. All the time your response is, oh my God. And then you'll turn to me and go, have you ever heard of this? And I went, sure, that's a this, this, and this.
There was just something this morning, because we have a WhatsApp thing going on now too, because Tara's in London.
Trip, right, yeah.
And so Tara said something. I happen to live near the Cole something something. And I finally chime in because this was from yesterday. I finally chime in. I'm like, oh God, I'm about to Google this turn of phrase and I'm scared or something. And it comes back, it's just a shopping center near her. And Andre's like, yeah, Riley, we're going to have to dirty you up a little bit.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Imagine it being I feel so strongly that if the 7 of you were actually interested in doing this, I could create it where it would be remote. No one has to ever be in person. I would set up all the technology for everybody to do it. You guys within 1 year would be bought potentially by a major You think I'm joking? Just seeing them.
But that's not why you do something like that. Thank you for
It is exactly why you do something like this.
Thank you for you finding this, because it's obviously entertaining to us.
But other women would find it
entertaining. But the fact
entertaining.
that, the peripheral would find it entertaining
Other
too.
women would relate in a heartbeat. Yeah. This is like Golden Girls
and actually,
times 7 as opposed to 4.
John has also said this to Andre, like, oh my God, you guys need to have a podcast.
John told me when I was the one that brought it up to John because he said you should be here because it was at John's and Andre's house. Mm-hmm. John went, oh my God, you should be here.
Yeah.
Riley is trashed. She's wasted right now. They're abusing her. Of course, I said pillow fights, ? And he goes, you wish. To which I then said, he's telling me all the stories. And I went, oh my God, I want to get over with my podcast equipment. And he goes, yes. Holy shit, yes, podcast. So I feel strongly that women your age, 50s and above, would take pleasure in this kind of stuff because the things you talk about aren't altogether just crass to be crass. You're talking about aging and the things you encounter. Mm-hmm. That's why the wizard sleeves is really, of course, it's a strong Urban Dictionary term.
Yeah, but it works.
But it's appropriate. It's a part of aging.
It works. Yeah.
And not to be offensive, but saggy tits is clever. You know what I'm getting at? Like you get older, your chest starts to sag. That's not as clever as wizard sleeves. The name of a podcast. Because most people would
Shelley, I think, named the group. And she is
brilliant.
Quite clever and quick-witted.
Well, if your crew decides that after this event, you know what? Take the Godox with you. Set up a camera, put a mic on, and take the other mic and interview people. And just get interviews for me. And just get raw footage. We'll put it together. If we convince them a year from now, you guys are on tour. You are on tour. Because that's what people do now. You don't go to concerts as much as you see podcasts. Podcasters are touring.
I don't think this way.
Oh, God.
I don't.
Do you realize, and not that any of you need the money, all of you could make $1 billion off of this and donate every fucking penny to whatever charity you want to. I just feel strongly, I like doing this stuff. And I think your story is so powerful.
Yeah. Well, I will never say never.
So
this will be an interesting maiden voyage for a trip, and we're all looking forward to it. And
I've got an idea.
What?
I've got an idea.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to publish this podcast. So we're heading back to Chicago this afternoon, right?
Yes.
All right. So while you're working on stuff in the condo,
I'm wallpapering a wall.
I'm going to finish this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it out there.
Uh-huh.
You're going to send it to all your girlfriends and say, on your flight, you got to listen to this. And before they go, if they want to, I'll get them all in a Zoom type environment because I use Riverside for remote stuff. I'll get everyone to log in, whatever their computer is. They don't need the best technology. And we'll just talk about the trip if they want to do it. So now they're going to listen to this, right? They're hearing this podcast now probably for the first time because none of them listen to it.
Well, babe, nobody listens to it.
That's not true.
Ever.
Pam listens to it and my mother listened to it. Those are the only two listeners we have. I'm curious to see Pam's take. I know she'll write us on this one. I think my
parents, bless their heart,
they listen too.
And they probably have their head in their hands.
Well, what'd
she say?
There is here's the thing. If people are offended by what we talk about, there's a very simple solution. We all know what that is, right?
Turn it up.
Turn it up. Listen louder. Blare it. Spread the word.
Share.
Negative
Just share.
press is still press.
That's
Spread the
right.
word.
Yes.
No. They don't
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Yes.
And this content is not for everybody. No content is for everybody, right?
This is true. Yep.
So I'm just very excited for you. I still don't know what I'm doing. I still have no clue. I'm seeing Paul on Tuesday.
You have a little plan, but
None. I have zero fucking plans. Zero.
You have a little bit of a plan. You have your friend Paul that you're spending the day with that one day on Tuesday.
Yeah, I said I want to spend the day with you. I
And
want to work out.
then you have a couple days by yourself in the city, which
I have
you.
nothing
You're going to be
planned.
in London, so I think you'll be able to find something to do, somewhere to go, a site to see, a walk to have, a pub to visit, something. I think you'll have a wonderful adventure.
I'm not worried will I find something to do or be creative, because part of me went, I wonder if I should go see Stonehenge. How fucked up would that be? But then I kind of looked
where is it?
But I looked into it, I'm like, oh, that's a trek.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people say when you get there, you're like, okay. That was underwhelming.
Yeah.
So
that's probably like going to the top of the Empire State Building. It's like it was cooler from the ground.
it was, you know what's funny? You've done it, the Empire State Building?
Yes.
The most boring thing I've ever did.
Well, it's a lot to get up there to
It's so
see
much effort.
a view, and you can get that view from other places like Rockefeller Center. And the beauty of Empire State Building is actually the architecture of the outside of the building.
So you know what I've done in New York City instead? I was in the middle of a meeting. A meeting ended early. We had hours before the next one. I told you what I did.
Went skating.
I skating at Rockefeller Center. That's the kind of stuff I like to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yankees game.
Yeah.
Okay, but you ready for this?
What?
Because the World Cup is taking place, and because all the soccer tournaments just ended, the championship was just crowned. There's no soccer events going on because I was like, fuck, I really wanted to go. Second time, I really wanted to go see soccer. So then I said to Paul, where can we? Paul tends to like funk and rock and all this other kind of stuff. So I want to go see. I want to go to the equivalent of, like, for example, when I'm in New York, when I've been in New York. And I've stayed in Manhattan, I've jumped off and gone to, what's that part of New York? Bleecker Street. Where is that located in New York City? Because you know New York is all really nice tight grids, and there's just one section that's on angles.
Into the Village.
Yes. Is that the Village? Is that where that is? Is that Greenwich Village in New York?
Yeah,
is that it?
maybe.
Where Bleecker Street is?
I think so.
I go to where I like going to where it's much more eclectic, where you get to see punk rock bands and shit like that. So I took a group of people that worked with me, and I went, we're all going to jump the train, head down to this one area that's a little grittier. None of us have clothes outfitted. We're in suits. Mm-hmm. But we went to go see some
stood
punk,
out a little bit?
A little bit, but I was like, fuck, I don't give a shit.
Things is not
so
like
I'm hoping to... I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm guessing I'm going to play it by ear. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do much historical stuff.
Did you tell Paul you'd be interested in seeing some music?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
He doesn't drink. He's not a drinker, which is fine.
No, that's fine.
I also looked into seeing if there's any pub crawls, and I thought, fuck it, I'll be an American in a pub crawl or take a tour with a bunch of other people.
Yeah. Have you ever done the double-decker bus tour or one of those
really
touristy
I've ridden,
bus tours?
But you and I rode. No. But
they're
you and
kind
I rode
of fun, actually.
You've done a double-decker bus tour in London? We've only been...
Not in London. Yeah. No. In New York, actually. And it's actually... pretty good. Remember how we really enjoyed the architectural boat tour in Chicago?
Should I look into stuff like that?
I think just pepper in one experience. Like, don't go full tourist attraction every day, but that's actually a really fun way to get around. Great overview of the history of a city. And I know it's hyper touristy, but it's a box worthy of checking. It really is.
I will look into that. I promise you I will.
Yeah, I haven't done it in London. I would do it in London, not this trip probably.
Well, I'm staying in Soho. So you and I are staying in Notting Hill when you get back. So that's where we're staying, and then we head off for London or Ireland the next day. What
does Soho stand for in London?
Oh, God, I don't know. That's funny you say that. I don't think it's an acronym.
Because in New York, it stands for South of Houston.
Oh, I never knew that. I literally thought Soho was a replicant of Soho in London because they stole a lot of names from colonial times.
Yeah.
New Hampshire is named after Hampshire, right?
It's the New Hampshire.
New England, right.
Yeah.
New York was named after
York.
So
I'm catching on to this.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm clueless, and it's weird to tell you that if all I do is sit at a pub for a couple hours and have fish and chips, I don't know, I'm making that stupid. If
You
I
need
just,
a new book. You
I'd
just
get some
finished your book.
books. I would just like to take in some concerts and stuff like that. And where I'm staying is a really cool freaking hotel. I've got a kitchen. So I didn't splurge. Anyway, but then we're going to Ireland. Everyone's really nervous about you driving. Is that fucked up? They said that at the party last
Are they
night.
nervous about driving, period, or Cathy driving?
I got Cathy.
Oh,
I picked
okay.
up on Cathy.
I don't think so. I think, yeah.
Everyone seemed nervous about. I'm not nervous, and now I feel I should be.
I'm not nervous.
I feel I'll be very. I know you're going to over brake, and you're going to gun it, and you're not
goodness.
going to pay attention because that's how you drive normally.
Oh my God.
Well, it's true though.
I overbrake.
Well, you get a
I
little
gun
excited
it,
when you brake
and
sometimes.
I don't pay attention.
You have to agree with me. And sometimes you'll see a car coming, you swerve and brake really hard.
Yeah, if I see a potential accident.
Well, I know, but it
yes,
gets
I
very.
do.
I know, but it gets very elevated fast. It's not like a smooth thing. It's like it's very aggressive, which is fine. You can own it. It's okay. But the other thing that you have to admit that you do is when you're driving, you have to admit that you do this. I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying, but you do. You'll be looking at going, oh my God, that is so pretty. Look at the mountains. And I'll go, off the road. We're going off the road. Right? Oh, would you stop? You know that, can you tell the peoples what we have agreed to and what makes us a good couple when it comes to traveling?
That I'm a better driver than you.
Keep going. Do you
And
see me getting offended? Do you see me getting
Oh,
offended?
I see you holding back. Yes.
I'm not
And
holding back.
I see-
Have I said you're a better driver than me? I think I'm a better driver in the city than you, but you don't like the way I drive in cities because I grew up in a city. So I think I'm a better city driver than you because I'm much more aggressive.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm a better driver than you. I tend to get tired. I tend to not pay attention. I agree with you on all that stuff. But in a city, I don't like you driving. I like me driving because I think I know how to navigate all the particulars better. Because that's where I learned to drive. Do you agree with that, a little bit of that?
Not completely. Because I do think I'm a great driver in the city.
You are great. I just said I'm better.
Okay.
Well, I just
okay,
think
you're
I'm
better.
I think I'm much more aggressive. Like I'm willing to whip the truck around in the middle of a street and block people off. You're less dickish. How's that? I'm more dickish. Is that a better way to say it?
That's more accurate. But you're saying that's better.
I'm saying sometime in the city you have to be aggressive. Yeah. Sometimes to get things you can't. It just warrants fearlessness sometimes.
Yeah, I just always like being safe though too.
At 14
and
years
like
old,
not
my uncles
harming the car.
At 14 years old, my uncles put me behind the wheel of a car in an alley, and then told me to not drive like a puss. Gun it.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
So that's the foundation of your strong driving skills.
See, that's called that's called gaslighting. That's clearly gaslighting.
I'm just reiterating.
So getting back to it. You're overall a better driver, and you're an absolutely horrendous.
I'm a terrible navigator.
Terrible navigator.
You needed to know what exit to take, and I'm still opening the app.
Correct.
So you are much better. And then I will not pay attention all the time when you're counting on me to be the navigator, and I'm like, look at that.
Well, I don't always rely on the map either. So even though Google Maps, for example, will say do something, your brother even acknowledged this when we were talking about our trip to Paris. He said, yeah, that I was really good at going, you know what, exit here instead, because I think there's a shortcut. Mm-hmm. So I'm not worried about us driving.
Good navigator.
I'm not worried about us driving in Ireland because I don't, as a passenger, I tend to not look at what's going on.
Did you see I think it was one of the Instagram reels you sent me, that was a post about driving in Ireland, and that the rental cars you get, they have signs in the car, multiple signs in the car saying, stay left, look right, look right, look right, look right, look right, look right. Yeah. Like it's on the dashboard, it's on the steering wheel practically. So,
but here's the difference. I think you'll get accustomed quickly. because the driver's side is on the right side. And just like in the States, the driver sits in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
The driver always sits in the middle of the lane.
Yes.
And so it feels odd when you think about the way our cars are constructed, because we would then be on the shoulder. But if you always tell yourself, I've got to be on the lane and the passenger has to be on the shoulder, I think it comes quickly. Even though I couldn't walk in England because I was never looking the right way.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And it even says on the ground, look right.
Look right,
In London, anyway. I don't know about other areas of England, but I doubt it.
Yeah, so left turns are tight turns. That's it. Yeah. Left is tight, right is loose, which is the opposite of how we do everything in the States. Lefty loosey, righty tight.
Yes.
Right? For everything. Screws, etc., right? So I truly am not worried about it, and I don't like that people say it, because then it puts it in the fucking universe. Next thing you know, we're in a box flying back to Chicago.
Stop.
But I really am looking forward to that part of the trip.
Yeah, so am I. It's going to be a really fun adventure. We're looking forward to it. But the impetus for the whole trip, going back to it, is the wizard sleeves.
Yeah,
and this, and I mean, how rich in life to, I don't know, do guys, I guess we can all have that potential to create these new friendships late in life. It's really fun. It's really just fun, whatever this journey is with this group of women. If it lasts or it fizzles or whatever, it's just really fun. And I've gotten to know them better, and I've enjoyed that journey, and their sense of humor and their brilliance and their wisdom. It's fantastic. Well, it's really fun.
Yeah, I may have told you this. I know we've talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it online here. I know we've talked about it personally, in that our good friend Emily, I'd love to have her on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a podcast with her.
Just you and Emily.
Yeah, but I'd like it to be more.
I'll be your guest.
I'd like it to be more business centric than relationship
she's a
stuff.
Brilliant financial advisor.
She's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you introduced us. And you should be fortunate and feel good that she's a lesbian, because otherwise that would really get in the way of our relationship.
Oh, would it?
Yeah,
you can't be trusted?
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
well,
wow.
She'd be tempted.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I loved how she's like, we should go camping together. And I was like, yeah, that's conversion therapy. And she's like, good luck.
Exactly.
She's like, good luck with that. Don't stand a chance. In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, I love how she's brought up recently, you and I talked about this, and I referenced a podcast I listened to where a woman said, maybe we talked about it on ours even, but it's worth repeating, that she doesn't hang out with friends who just talk about the past anymore. It's all about, if we're going to go out, we are creating new memories. And I only want to be with, and then this is Emily's take, I want to be with people that want to be with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm tired of reaching out to friends saying, let's do something. And the beauty, let's take a whole bunch of things full circle, because I'd like to mush a bunch of thoughts together if I could. But I was having a great conversation with my son, and he was talking about how happy he is with our relationship versus what he grew up with my ex-wife. And this is not a bash on her. This is just saying you needed someone more like Cathy. And I'm excited that you and your girlfriends are more like me. I don't know if this makes any sense, these wizard sleeves people, because it started with someone saying, when are we going to go visit Tara in London? And everyone said, I'm free. And you all jumped on it. And these are the types of things that could be just talked about and no one ever does anything.
For sure.
Like my friend John, who I used to be friends with, we're no longer friends, unfortunately, because he, a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But how many times did I say to him, he's from Ireland, right? He's Irish. Let's go for your 40th. Let's go for your 50th, right? And I could never get him to go for a long guy's weekend. And your brother went with our other brother-in-law, Andrew, and a group of guys to go golfing. If they ever do it again, I hope I get an invite, even if it's just to drive the cart and get them beer. My point is, this podcaster talked about life is about experiences. That's all you have. And then you're gone. And so it's a shame to sit back and not make experiences. And the beauty of our life is, you said, hey, I'm going to go to London. Do you mind? I went, no, have a good time. And then you went, well, wait a minute. Everyone's going on afterward. Why don't you fly out later and the two of us can join everyone else to Amsterdam because the husbands are flying out at the tail end of your trip. And then they're traveling on to Scotland and some other things. And then we realize we can't be gone for 15, 17 days like I think they are. Not yet. And in fact, you've got stuff going on for work, which could run into that. And so you said, well, come with me. And I went, oh, fuck it. I'll go by myself and figure it out. That's my point. We just said, let's do things. And we're creating these experiences for ourselves. And then said, all right, well, when you get done with your trip, let's spend just 4 days in Ireland. That's all we're there for is 4. And let's just drive around Ireland for a little bit, have some fun, see some stuff, and fly home.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate about your Wizard Sleeves friends. That's what I appreciate about Emily, this belief that we're supposed to create experiences, not just reminisce what we did years ago. That's why last night was marvelous because we're laughing our ass off. And you and I got home and said, we need to have more dinner parties.
Yeah.
We need to have more things where we can share stuff with one another. We need to go out with more friends. Because that's all, I mean, that's all, you can have all the assets in the world. If you don't have that stuff, it's empty. Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've said this before on the podcast, that I truly have a belief that our time on this planet in this life form is about our human connections and experiences and the energy that we share between each other, you know? And for me, one of those greatest, some of the greatest relationships are with our family and our friends and our children. And you're my life partner. That's like what my soul has been searching for, that level of love and commitment. And I found it in you. And I believe that's part of what this time on this planet is about, or a huge part, the only part.
Well, that's what my son said that he told me. I think I told you this already. My son said that he's so happy I found someone who can match my energy. And I think I've told you once before that my sister had mentioned that I'm like a roller coaster ride. And whoever jumps on board and sits next to me is going to be buckled in. However, be prepared for the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. So that's why, anyway, coming back to it, I think it's really cool that this opportunity was presented. We said go for it. I wouldn't have cared if I stayed here and you just came back a week later. Who cares? And then you said, well, why don't you join us? And I didn't view going to London by myself as some lonely thing. I went, well, I'm going to go to explore. I'm going to see what I can find out.
Yeah.
And I have just enough people out there to make life interesting. I'm going to try to get in some music stuff. You're going to have a ball with these women. We're all going to connect when we get back on Saturday. And then Sunday we head out to Ireland. And I just, our son-in-law Sam had said something to me once when we planned Costa Rica, and I may be paraphrasing, and I don't want to offend his family in any way. I think his dad had said, how do we do it? How did Costa Rica come up and what happened? And Sam had said to his father, well, that's just Jack. He just gets an idea in his head and says, we're doing it. That's what life should be, though, right? Like this over-contemplating, overthinking, next thing you know, it's over.
Yeah.
And what do you want your epitaph to be? I thought about doing things, right? So,
or I saved this amount of money. I had this amount of money in the bank when I died.
Yeah. I mean, it's wonderful if you give it to charity or if it helps other people. I get it. I just, I don't know. The older you get, the older I've become, the older I get, it's spending the night with my mom before I had my colonoscopy. Right? I know it sounds corny, but the three of us will look back and laugh on us trying to watch TV and me going, whoa, gotta be right back, because I was preparing for it, right? I know that sounds corny.
Well, it's the little moments, right?
It is,
It
though.
doesn't have to be these big epic moments and big epic trips or sweeps of adventure. It's all of the above. It's the little moments,
So I think it's really cool. All right, you wanted to relationship topic.
Well, I don't know. We've been yapping about all this other stuff for how long?
I don't know. I can't
What's
tell.
that say? 48?
Yeah, I
or
feel
something.
like we could get into deeper stuff later. We'll do another
God,
podcast.
you don't shut up.
Oh my God!
You know how you always say you hear it in your head and it's funny in your head before you even say it? That was one of those moments. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I feel what's coming.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hurting me is funny to
I knew you'd laugh.
you. We'll talk about deeper shit later.
Yeah, I think so.
We did kind of go deep end talking about
We did about what's
maximizing time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is kind of full circle. We were at a great party last night. And
spending time with good friends.
A bunch of us laughed our ass off.
Yeah, and even last night it was another moment where it was a group of people who have never all been together before. And it was just a lovely, lovely evening and very generous. John and Jenny hosting and amazing food, of which I ate for breakfast because Jenny and John don't do leftovers, not even their own leftovers in their own house.
You soak those
so
up.
I am notorious for hey, I'll take this charcuterie board home. That's okay. Right. And yeah, you can clear off that plate into a
bowl for me. Yeah,
a bowl for me. Yeah. So yeah, we have leftovers, and I ate some of that wonderful salmon for breakfast.
It was
morning.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so yummy.
It was a great night.
Grateful. Such great people, and oh my God, life is good. It's a good life, babe.
Just no sleeves tattoos. Scaring me.
I can't make any promises.
All right. Well, I can't tell you not to do it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, babe.
On that note, so just so you know, this will be published by tomorrow, and you need to tell your sleeves friends.
I'll share it with the sleeves.
Got to listen to this, and if they're game, if you just want one day, I don't want to like waste my England trip podcasting
and
with
I
you
don't
guys.
know how everybody feels about that. Some of us
you
feel
think
like
they'd be a little more cautious.
Maybe I don't know.
About showing their faces.
I don't know how these ladies.
Can you imagine if we just like blacked one out and heard a voice be like this? And then all of you going, Shelly.
The mystery friend.
Would it be the one friend that's not out there, but the name says Shelly? You guys are like, Shelly, stop. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm excited for you. I think you guys are fucking nuts. And I think it's good for you to.
Thank you.
I think it's good for you to be with a group of people that are just a little bit different and you haven't connected with in a long time. So
great
we'll have stories to share and experiences in that, and then we hit the road for Ireland. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we call it, and we're back to the grind.
And we call it. And it's back to work. So
sucks.
All right.
On that note, peace.
You just listened to another episode of the Jack and Cathy Shit Show. All recording, engineering, and production provided by us. Connect with the podcast on Instagram at Jack and Cathy Shit Show for more insight into our shit show of a life. This episode is proudly brought to you by Pint Productions.
Point.